What we have
So I
here?
wanted, so I wanted to spend a little bit of time, especially when we're talking about equity. I want to highlight the women, the females, the people of color that are behind this movement to show that a sense of identity and belonging for our students. So that when they think of computer science and artificial intelligence, they're not just thinking about a white male. They're thinking about, oh wow, she looks like me. I can do this too. This is something that I can create. So I wanted to highlight Mira Murati, and she is the Albanian woman who developed ChatGPT. So a really a key figure that, again, wanting our students to see that identity and belonging in themselves.
I want to know, like, I honestly, I'm kind of like, well, why am I just now learning about this as far as the founder? Because I hear the name ChatGPT all the time, but I had absolutely no idea that it was created by an Albanian woman. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it speaks to exactly what we see in our education systems and in terms of information is that the first thing we see is, yay, it's the technology, it's the this, it's the that, and it's like, well, wait a minute, why is that the last thing that we learn about? That the identity is so important, and that's what's going to inspire so many of our students that don't think that they see themselves or have a place in STEM. So I don't know. I mean, we can dig deep into systemic racism and sexism and all that. There's just a whole other
Yeah.
box. But I do think that, especially with people like the hidden figures, and
Yep.
why did I find out about that? So I've learned about the space race for so long, and then it takes a Hollywood blockbuster to open the eyes for so many people. Like, wow, this whole thing happened. So it's definitely up to us as educators to really make sure that we're telling the full story.
It reminds me of when the day I found out, like this technology right now, StreamYard that we're using, and your Zooms, like the voice over IP was created by a black woman, and I had absolutely no idea about that. But again, a lot of these things aren't necessarily taught in our classrooms, and so again, it's up to folks like us sometimes to try to highlight these things and bring more awareness, especially when we think about STEM and the representation in STEM, and just like you said, having folks like girls, for example, saying, "Oh yeah, it, it is possible. Math,
Mhm.
I can be good at math, and these are things that I can do, even though there's a lot of stereotypes and stigmas that say otherwise."